Hello students, welcome back. Now we are going to discuss about regarding radiative losses or bending losses. Okay, here the radiative losses are also called as bending losses, right? Now we see about these radiative losses or bending losses, right? So bending losses occur whenever an optical fiber undergoes a bend of finite radius of curvature. Okay, bending losses occur whenever an optical fiber undergoes a bend of finite radius of curvature, right? So here the bending losses or radiation losses are of two types. First one is macroscopic bending losses, second one is microscopic bending losses. Okay, so these are the types of bending losses or radiation losses, right? So coming to the first one, macroscopic bending losses. So here it is having radii. Okay, for the radius it is the plural form radii, that are large compared with fiber diameter. Okay, radii that are large compared with fiber diameter. And coming to this microscopic bending losses, that can arise whenever the fibers are incorporated into cables. Okay, microscopic bending losses arise whenever the fibers are incorporated into cables, right? So these are the two losses regarding radiation losses or bending losses. Now coming to the first one, that is macroscopic bending losses. Okay, so in this large curvature radiation losses occur. Okay, large curvature radiation losses occur, which are known as macro bending losses. Okay, large curvature radiation losses are called as macroscopic bending losses, or simply we can call it as bending losses. Okay, next, for slight bends, okay, for slight bends the excess loss is extremely small. Okay, for slight bends the excess loss is extremely small and it is unobservable. Okay, we can't observe those losses, right? For slight bends the excess loss is extremely small and unobservable. As the radius of curvature decreases, okay, as the radius of curvature decreases, the loss increases exponentially until at a certain critical radius. The curvature loss becomes observable. Okay, as the radius of curvature decreases, the loss increases exponentially until at a certain critical radius the curvature loss becomes observable. Fine. So once again I am repeating you, macroscopic bending losses are large curvature radiation losses. These are also called as macro bending losses. Simply we can call it as bending losses. For slight bends the excess loss is externally small and it is unobservable. As the radius of curvature decreases, the loss increases exponentially until at a certain critical radius, and the curvature loss becomes observable here. Okay, these curvature losses effects can be explained by examining the model electrical field distributions. Okay, so in this we are having bound core mode has a field tail in the cladding. Okay, here a bound core mode has a field tail in the cladding, which decays exponentially as a function of distance from the core. Okay, which decays exponentially as a function of the distance from the core. Why? Because the field tail moves along with the field in the core. Okay, so the field tail in the cladding which decays exponentially as a function of distance from the core, because the field tail moves along with the field in the core, and some part of the energy of propagating mode travels in the fiber cladding. Okay, here some part of the energy of propagating mode travels in the fiber cladding. And whenever the fiber is bent, okay, whenever the fiber is bent, the field tail must move faster, okay, the field tail must move faster to keep the field in the core, okay, to keep up with the field in the core. So for the lowest order fiber mode, it is certain critical distance, okay, that is xc. Okay, if you see this figure, so this figure shows fundamental mode field in a curved optical fiber. Okay, so this figure, so in this figure just I have taken a curved optical fiber, okay, which is bent here. Okay, so if I draw in this way, so this one is of the optical fiber. Okay, so here it is having core axis, fine, so it is having some bent. Okay, so in it is having the with the radius r, okay, bent is having the radius r, and it is the distance from the core axis to the this field distribution. Okay, so more than this, okay, more than this distance, the power loss will be exist. Okay, and this one is of the fiber distribution, okay, electric field distribution, and this one is called as the field tail. Okay, this one should be faster, okay, to keep the field in the core. Okay, so this figure shows mode field in a curved optical fiber. Okay, so whenever we are passing the light, there will be some field distribution is occurred in the optical fiber. Okay, so for the lowest order fiber mode, it is certain critical distance from the center of the fiber, the field tail would have to move faster. The field tail would have to move faster than the speed of light to keep with the core field. Okay, since that is not possible, the optical energy in the field tail beyond xc radiates away. Okay, so more than this xc, okay, the distance is there now, right? For here it is xc, so more than this the propagation is not possible. Okay, so that is loss will be occurred there, hence we have mentioned here power loss through radiation. Okay, more than this xc distance, that is the critical distance from the fiber axis. So in this optical fiber, okay, in this optical fiber, the optical radiation depends on the field strength. Okay, it depends on the field strength at a distance xc and on the radius of curvature. Okay, in this optical fiber, the optical radiation from the fiber depends on the field strength at xc and also depends on the radius of curvature, and the critical radius of curvature RC is given as 3n1 square into lambda divided by 4 pi into n1 square minus n2 square whole power 3 by 2. Okay, so this one is the expression for critical radius of curvature. Okay, and next one, so whenever we apply light into the optical fiber, the higher ordered modes are boundless tightly to the fiber core than lower ordered modes. The higher ordered modes are boundless tightly to the fiber core than the lower ordered modes. Hence, the higher order modes will radiate out of the fiber first. Thus, the total number of the modes that can be separated by a curved fiber is less than in a straight fiber. Okay, thus the total number of modes that can be separated by a curved fiber is less than in a straight fiber. So the expression for the total number of modes, okay, the expression for the total number of modes, that is n efficient. Okay, the total number of modes that can be mentioned by NEFF, right? So that is equal to n infinity into 1 minus alpha plus 2 by 2 alpha into delta of 2a by r plus 3 by divided by 2 into kr whole power 2 by 3. So this one is the expression for total number of modes, that is effective number of modes in fiber. Okay, now we see about what are the parameters we are going here, right? So and next one is here it is having n infinity, right? So in this equation it is having n infinity in the first term. So n infinity is expressed as alpha by alpha plus 2 into n1 into ka whole square into delta. Fine. Now we see the parameters. What are the parameters we have used? NEFF indicates effective number of modes. So we have used here. And next one, n infinity indicates total number of modes in a straight fiber. And alpha indicates gradient index profile. Okay, alpha indicates gradient index profile. Delta indicates core cladding index difference. Delta indicates core cladding index difference. And N2 already you know, cladding refractive index difference. Sorry, cladding refractive index. K is the wave propagation constant that is expressed by 2 pi by lambda, and R is the radius of curvature. Okay, RC is the radius, critical radius of curvature, and capital R is the radius of curvature. Fine. And next, so these are the macroscopic bending losses. Fine. So these are regarding macroscopic bending losses. So in this we are having optical fiber is bent. Okay, so whenever the optical fiber is bent, there will be some losses will be occurred. Okay, so that are regarding macroscopic bending losses. So that is regarding radiative losses or bending losses. So these are of two types. So first one is macroscopic bending losses, second one is microscopic bending losses. So in this class we have discussed regarding macroscopic bending losses. Fine. In next video we will discuss about regarding this second type, microscopic bending losses. Okay, fine. Thank you all. Thank you.